The machine isn't standing still while it cuts. Those tracks are constantly pushing it deeper into the seam. These steel plates are the first materials entering production for this project. Before anything can be fabricated, every piece has to move through receiving and inspection. Right now, they're checking every plate before fabrication starts. Once steel enters production, correcting a material problem becomes much more difficult. This is the first place where raw material starts becoming actual components. Everything leaving this cutting line is moving one step closer to fabrication. The cutting process creates the shape. Now the edges have to be prepared before these sections can move into fabrication. Most people will never see these reinforcement sections once the machine is finished, but they'll eventually sit inside larger structures and carry a huge amount of the load. These sections have finished preparation and are ready for assembly. The next step is locking them into position so permanent fabrication can begin. This is where separate pieces finally become a single structure. Once these welds are complete, the assembly can move into verification. Fabrication is finished, but accuracy still has to be confirmed. Any dimensional problem found here is much easier to correct than after machining begins. Fabrication creates the structure. Machining creates the precision that later components will depend on. These are the first precision structural assemblies completed for the project. They still don't reveal what the final machine will look like. But every major build starts exactly this way. These fabricated body-side framework sections are being aligned together for the first time. Once positioning is verified, permanent welding can begin across the entire framework. These fabricated body-side framework sections are now being permanently joined together. After welding is completed, the larger framework will move into finishing operations. These equipment attachment brackets are being installed onto the fabricated body framework right now. These maintenance access structures are being added after the machining work is finished. Once installation is complete, the fabricated body framework can move into final dimensional verification. This fabricated body framework has completed fabrication, machining, thermal treatment, and inspection. These abrasion-resistant steel plates have been selected specifically for cutter drum shell production. These curved steel shell sections are being brought together for the first time. Once alignment is verified, permanent seam welding can begin across the entire cylindrical shell. The cutter drum shell sections are now being permanently welded into a single cylinder. After welding is complete, the shell will move into inspection and precision machining before reinforcement structures can be added. The cylindrical cutter drum shell is now receiving stage focuses on building the internal reinforcement structure that will strengthen the shell from the inside. The cutter drum shell is stronger than before, but several major components still have to be manufactured before it can become a complete cutter drum. These abrasion-resistant steel blocks will become cutter bit holders. Every cutting tool installed on the finished cutter drum will depend on these components for strength and support. These heavy steel plates will become the end plates of the cutter drum. Once completed, they'll help connect the drum to future rotating drive components. These cutter bit holders determine where future cutting tools will be mounted on the drum. The next step is permanently attaching them to the reinforced drum shell. These shaft interface structures will eventually connect the cutter drum to the future drive system. Without these components, the drum could never rotate during mining operations. The next manufacturing phase will focus on the drive components that eventually power this assembly underground. These gearbox housing castings will eventually contain the drive components that power the cutter drum. Before machining can begin, every casting must pass structural and dimensional inspection. These forged alloy steel bars will eventually transfer power from the gearbox to the cutter drum. The next stage transforms them into precision drive shaft components. These alloy steel gear blanks will become the gears responsible for transmitting enormous torque through the drive system. Precision gear cutting is the next manufacturing stage. These tungsten carbide cutter tips will eventually make direct contact with rock and coal underground. Once assembly is complete, the finished cutter bits can move into inspection and staging. The next manufacturing phase will begin transforming these individual components into working mechanical assemblies capable of powering the cutter drum. These gearbox housing structures have completed manufacturing and are now entering assembly. The next step is installing the bearing systems that support every rotating component inside the gearbox. These gears and drive shafts were manufactured during the previous production phase. They're now ready to become the mechanical heart of the cutter drum drive system. Gear alignment is critical because every rotating component must work together under extreme mining loads. Once alignment is verified, the gearbox can be permanently sealed. The gearbox is now being connected to the components responsible for transferring power to the cutter drum. This creates the first complete drive assembly of the project. The drive system is now fully assembled, tested, and approved. The next manufacturing phase introduces another major subsystem that has not yet entered production. These reinforcement structures will connect and strengthen the track frame assembly. Once completed, they'll be integrated into the main load-bearing structure. These forged steel roller bodies will support and guide the moving track system. Precision machining is the next stage before assembly can begin. These forged steel roller bodies will support and guide the moving track system. Precision machining is the next stage before assembly can begin. The roller and idler assemblies are now reaching their final production stages. The next step is verifying these completed assemblies before they move into staging. The next manufacturing phase introduces the components that will eventually drive and support the continuous track chains themselves. These forged sprocket blanks will eventually drive the track chains that move the machine underground. The next step is machining the tooth profiles that engage the track system. These alloy steel materials will become the links that form the continuous track chains. Hundreds of individual components are required before a complete track chain can exist. These pins and bushings connect every track chain link together. Without them, the track system could never operate as a continuous loop. Hundreds of individual components are now becoming complete track chains. The next stage prepares these chains for inspection and future integration with the mobility system. The major components required for the mobility system now exist as completed manufactured parts. Introduces the hydraulic systems that power many of the machine's functions. These hydraulic cylinder components will eventually provide the force required to move and control major machine systems. The next stage transforms these raw. These piston rods will operate inside the hydraulic cylinders. Their surface quality is critical for sealing performance. These components are now becoming complete hydraulic cylinders. Once assembled, they'll undergo pressure testing and inspection before entering service. These valve blocks and manifolds direct hydraulic flow throughout the machine. Without them, hydraulic power cannot reach the systems that need it. The next manufacturing phase introduces the material handling system that moves mined material through the machine. These conveyor frame structures will eventually support the material handling system inside the continuous miner. The next stage prepares them for machining and structural assembly. These reinforcement structures strengthen the conveyor system and support heavy material flow. Once completed, they'll be integrated into the main conveyor frame. These components will move mined material through the machine. Hundreds of individual pieces are required before a complete conveyor system can exist. These gathering components help direct mined material into the conveyor system. They are an essential part of the machine's material handling process. The next manufacturing phase introduces the electrical and control systems that allow all major subsystems to work together. After months of manufacturing, machining, assembly, testing, and inspection, the major subsystems are finally arriving in the final assembly department. The roller and idler assemblies support the future track chains. These components are critical for machine mobility during underground mining operations. The drive assembly delivers power throughout the machine. It will eventually transfer power to the cutter drum and other critical systems. Hydraulic power allows the machine to perform many of its critical functions. This system delivers force throughout the machine and powers essential mining operations. With the cutter drum installed, the machine finally takes its recognizable form. Fabrication, machining, assembly, testing, and inspection have now produced a complete continuous miner. After months of fabrication, machining, assembly, testing, and inspection, the continuous miner is finally ready for underground production. This powerful machine can cut, gather, and transport material continuously, making it one of the most important machines used in modern underground mining operations.